In 1990, Dances with Wolves captured the hearts of audiences worldwide, earning 7 Academy Awards and cementing its place as a cinematic masterpiece. The film's powerful performances and groundbreaking storytelling made its cast unforgettable. Now, 35 years later, the stars of this iconic Western have taken diverse paths, some reaching new heights in their careers, others stepping out of the spotlight, and a few leaving behind enduring legacies. Where are they in 2025? Join us as we revisit the lives of these talented actors and uncover the stories behind their remarkable journeys. Floyd "Red Crow" Westerman was born on August 17, 1936. He portrayed 10 Bears in Dances with Wolves, 1990, and he was 54 years old at the time of filming. Westerman had a significant career, often taking roles that highlighted his Native American heritage. His portrayal of 10 Bears, the wise and respected chief, is one of his most iconic roles. Westerman's life, however, was not without personal hardships. He struggled with the challenges of balancing his career and personal life, facing difficulties with addiction early in his career and enduring health issues that impacted his work. He was married and had children, but his personal life faced its share of struggles, including the complexities of being in the spotlight while trying to stay grounded in his roots. Westerman's career also had its own ups and downs, with some parts of it overshadowed by the larger Hollywood machine. His passing on December 13, 2007, at the age of 71, was due to complications from leukemia, ending the life of a passionate advocate for indigenous peoples. Robert Pastorelli was born on June 21, 1954, and is best known for his role as Timmons in Dances with Wolves, 1990, where he played a rough, outspoken mule skinner who provided comic relief while transporting Lieutenant Dunbar. At the time of filming, Pastorelli was 36 years old. His career gained significant momentum with his role as Eldon Bernecke on the popular TV show Murphy Brown. Despite his success, Pastorelli's personal life was filled with struggles. He battled addiction, had a turbulent romantic life, and faced several publicized legal issues. His personal relationships, including one with his girlfriend, were often troubled. Pastorelli's career suffered due to his struggles with substance abuse, but he remained a talented actor who was loved by his fans. Tragically, on March 8, 2004, he died at the age of 49 due to a narcotic overdose. His untimely death marked the end of what could have been a much more successful and stable career. Charles Rocket was born on August 28, 1949, and starred as Lieutenant Elgin in Dances with Wolves, 1990, portraying a disciplined but rigid officer who interacted frequently with Lieutenant Dunbar. Rocket was 41 years old during filming. His career spanned television and film, with notable roles in Saturday Night Live and films like Dumb and Dumber. However, Rocket's personal life was marked by hardships. He experienced multiple failed relationships and had difficulties with his mental health, including periods of depression. Rocket's marriage to his college sweetheart ended in divorce, and he struggled with loneliness and isolation. His career, while notable, did not reach the heights many had expected, and he faced a series of setbacks. On October 7, 2005, at the age of 56, Rocket tragically passed away by suicide. His death was a shock to his family, friends, and fans, who had seen him as a talented performer with a promising future. Mory Chin was born on July 27, 1949, and is remembered for his role as Major Fambrow in Dances with Wolves, 1990, where he portrayed an eccentric and mentally unstable officer. Chin was 41 years old when filming began, and his performance in the role was both memorable and unsettling. Over the years, Chin built a successful career in film and television, with notable roles in My Cousin Vinny and War Games. Despite his professional success, Chin's personal life was marked by challenges, particularly his health. He struggled with obesity for much of his life, which led to various health problems. His personal relationships were also strained at times, including a divorce from his first wife. Chin's health issues worsened over the years, leading to complications from a heart valve infection. On July 27, 2010, He passed away on his 61st birthday, leaving behind a legacy of remarkable performances. His death was a tragic reminder of the toll that personal struggles can take on even the most talented individuals. Jimmy Herman was born on October 25, 1940. He played Stone Calf in Dances with Wolves, 1990, a courageous and loyal warrior of the Lakota Sioux tribe. At 50 years old during filming, Herman was already an accomplished actor with experience in both television and film. His role as Stone Calf stood out for his deep sense of honor and duty to his people. Born and raised in the Canadian wilderness, Herman faced hardships throughout his life, including struggles with isolation and a difficult childhood. He battled alcoholism, a problem that plagued him for many years, but he eventually sought recovery and turned his life around. Herman's personal life included multiple relationships, with 2 marriages and several children, though his family life was often marked by emotional challenges. Despite these personal difficulties, Herman was known to be a kind-hearted individual, though he kept a relatively low profile in his later years. He passed away on September 13, 2013, at the age of 72 due to natural causes. Wayne Grace, born on May 7, 1940, played Major in Dances with Wolves, 1990. He was 50 years old when filming began. Grace's role as Major, a figure of command and military strategy, contrasted sharply with the personal hardships he endured throughout his life. Despite his experience in film and television, Grace faced numerous personal tragedies, the most notable being the untimely death of his first wife, who passed away from cancer shortly after they had their second child. This loss left a deep mark on Grace, who struggled with raising 2 children on his own. His career, while steady, never reached the heights he had hoped for, and he often took roles that he felt would provide financial stability rather than creative satisfaction. Grace remarried later in life, but that relationship was also filled with conflict, as both parties struggled with the emotional scars of their pasts. After a prolonged battle with health issues, Grace passed away on August 13, 2022, at the age of 82. His death was attributed to natural causes, ending a life that had seen both professional success and deep personal loss. Donald Houghton was born on March 29, 1933. He portrayed General Tide in Dances with Wolves, 1990, at the age of 57. Houghton had a long and varied career in film and television, but his life was also shaped by personal struggles. Though he found success in his profession, he dealt with periods of loneliness and isolation, particularly during the height of his career. Houghton's marriage, which started with much promise, ended in divorce after years of tension, marked by his deep devotion to his work at the expense of his personal life. He had children, but the family often felt the weight of his absence due to his constant commitment to his acting roles. His health deteriorated later in life, as he faced battles with both physical and emotional challenges, struggling with depression. Donald Houghton passed away on April 14, 1999, at the age of 66, from natural causes. Despite his professional achievements, his final years were a painful reflection of a life marked by both career highs and personal lows. Steve Rivas was born on August 14, 1962. He portrayed Sioux No. 1/Warrior No. 1 in Dances with Wolves, 1990, at the age of 28. Rivas, a member of the Blackfeet tribe, found a unique place for himself in Hollywood, often portraying indigenous characters that reflected his heritage. His early years, however, were marked by hardship and adversity, growing up on a reservation and facing racial discrimination. While his career took off with roles in The Last of the Mohicans, 1992, and Fargo, 1996, his personal life was fraught with turmoil. Rivas faced struggles with addiction, which affected his relationships and career. His marriage to a fellow Native American actress was tumultuous, marked by periods of estrangement and eventual separation. Despite his fame, his private life was often marred by battles with depression and the aftereffects of his childhood. Steve Rivas passed away on December 7, 2017, at the age of 55 due to undisclosed causes. Though his death was a tragic loss, his legacy lives on through his work, though the struggles he faced in his personal life never truly left him. Doris Charge was born on May 4, 1930. She played Pretty Shield in Dances with Wolves, 1990, a wise and nurturing figure who provided guidance and strength to her tribe. At 60 years old during filming, Charge had already dedicated much of her life to her community. She grew up on the Rosebud Indian Reservation, where she was exposed to hardship early on. Her family faced financial instability, and Doris's life was marked by a series of personal tragedies, including the death of her younger sister in a car accident. Her career, while celebrated for her role in Dances with Wolves, was fraught with struggles, as she fought to maintain a balance between her acting career and her duties to her tribe. Charge's marriage was marked by deep emotional pain, with her husband being distant and emotionally unavailable, leading to their eventual divorce. She remarried, but her second marriage was also marred by infidelity and mistrust. Charge's life was also overshadowed by the loss of her mother, which had a profound impact on her. She passed away on February 20, 2001, at the age of 70 due to natural causes. Kevin Costner, born on January 18, 1955, played Lieutenant John Dunbar in Dances with Wolves, 1990. He was 35 years old when he began filming. The role marked a pivotal moment in his career, bringing him international recognition and an Academy Award. However, Costner's life has been marked by both success and sorrow. Despite his Hollywood triumphs, his personal life has often been turbulent. His first marriage to Cindy Silva ended in 1994 after 16 years, a separation that deeply affected him. He has 7 children from multiple relationships, but his complicated love life and strained relationships with his children have been a source of pain. Costner also faced public scrutiny over his 2003 divorce from second wife, Christine Baumgartner, which created tension in his family life. He has managed to maintain a relatively low profile in his later years but continues to act. At 69 years old, he is still active in his career, though his personal struggles remain a significant part of his story. Mary McDonnell, born on April 28, 1952, portrayed Stands with a Fist in Dances with Wolves, 1990. At the age of 38, she brought to life the tragic, yet empowering character of a white woman raised by the Lakota Sioux. McDonnell's career blossomed after the film, but her personal life has been less fortunate. She married actor Randall Mell in the early 1980s, but their relationship was strained and ultimately ended in divorce. McDonnell found herself facing a major tragedy in 1999 when her mother passed away, an event that led her into a deep emotional slump. Her career also saw peaks and valleys, with standout roles in Battlestar Galactica and Donnie Darko, but she has faced struggles with typecasting and navigating the complexities of Hollywood's expectations of women in their 50s. As of today, McDonnell is 72 years old and continues her career in acting, although she has kept her personal life private and relatively stable, free from the extreme media scrutiny she faced in earlier years. Graham Greene, born on June 22, 1952, played Kicking Bird in Dances with Wolves, 1990. At the age of 38, Greene became the wise and empathetic Lakota Sioux medicine man, gaining recognition for his poignant portrayal. Greene's life off-screen has been shaped by profound personal challenges. In his youth, he struggled with alcoholism, a battle that affected both his career and relationships. His first marriage ended in divorce after many years, leaving him with a sense of isolation. Greene later spoke publicly about the toll that alcohol took on his life, but he has since overcome these demons, remaining sober for several decades. His second marriage to a fellow actress also ended in separation, though Greene has remained close to his children. The most tragic chapter in his life came with the untimely death of his eldest son in a car accident. Greene, who is 72 years old today, continues to act, though he carries with him the heavy weight of his personal loss, often channeling his past struggles into his performances. Tanya Cardinal was born on July 20, 1950, and played Black Shawl in Dances with Wolves, 1990, at the age of 40. Known for her powerful roles in portraying strong Indigenous women, Cardinal's career spans over 5 decades, with notable appearances in The Education of Little Tree, 1997, and Legends of the Fall, 1994. Her early years were marked by a difficult childhood, as she was raised in foster care. Cardinal's personal life saw both joys and heartaches, with her romantic relationships often under the strain of her career and the demands of motherhood. She had children, and though she was married at one point, the relationship ended in divorce. Her career was not without its challenges, as the actress faced barriers in the industry due to her heritage, but she persisted, becoming a trailblazer for Indigenous representation in film. Today, Cardinal is 74 years old and continues to be an advocate for her community, reflecting on a life full of both triumphs and struggles, while focusing on her family and continuing to work on projects that highlight Indigenous voices. Rodney A. Grant, born on March 9, 1959, played Wind in His Hair in Dances with Wolves, 1990. He was 31 years old during the filming of the movie. Grant's early life was marked by struggles with poverty and a difficult childhood, but he found a way to overcome these obstacles, pursuing acting to tell the stories of Indigenous peoples. His career highlights include starring in The Last of the Mohicans, 1992, and Geronimo, An American Legend, 1993, though his journey has been filled with challenges. Personal setbacks included financial difficulties and battles with substance abuse, which affected his relationships. Grant married and had children, but his family life was not without its struggles, with marital issues and eventual separation. Despite these hardships, Rodney has maintained a commitment to his culture and community, using his platform to advocate for Native American rights. As of today, he is 65 years old and lives a quieter life, far from the public eye, focusing on his heritage and personal well-being. Michael Spears was born on December 28, 1977. He portrayed Otter in Dances with Wolves, 1990, a young and inquisitive member of the Lakota Sioux tribe. At just 13 years old during filming, Spears was already showing immense talent. Otter represented the innocence and hope for the future of his people, and Spears' performance was both heartfelt and memorable. Raised on the Rosebud Indian Reservation in South Dakota, Spears' early life was shaped by his Native American roots. While his acting career took off after Dances with Wolves, he faced the realities of growing up in a disadvantaged community. Spears has been open about his struggles with the pressures of fame and the challenges of balancing his career with family life. He has been married and has children, though details about his family are kept private. Over the years, Spears has continued acting in both television and film, with roles in Into the West and The Ridiculous Six. He is currently 47 years old and has maintained a relatively quiet life in the entertainment industry, though he occasionally speaks out on issues affecting Native American communities. Kirk Baltz, born on September 14, 1959, played Edwards in Dances with Wolves, 1990. He was 31 years old during filming. Baltz's portrayal of Edwards, a soldier loyal to his comrades, was a reflection of his own life's complexities. His career was marked by a promising start but fell into uncertainty in the 1990s, as he struggled to find roles that matched his early potential. Baltz's personal life, however, took a dramatic turn when his first marriage ended tragically. He was deeply affected by the loss of his wife, who died unexpectedly from a medical condition, leaving Baltz to care for their young daughter. This tragic event, combined with the pressures of his career, sent Baltz into a spiral of depression and substance abuse. Although he later remarried, that relationship also crumbled under the strain of unresolved grief. Today, Baltz is 65 years old and has distanced himself from acting, instead focusing on writing and producing films. He occasionally works on low-budget projects but remains a deeply private figure, far removed from the spotlight that once seemed to shine so brightly on him. Tom Everett was born on October 21, 1948. He played Sergeant Pepper in Dances with Wolves, 1990, a strict and disciplined soldier who carries out orders without question. At 42 years old during filming, Everett brought a sense of authority and sternness to his role. His career, spanning decades, has included a wide variety of roles, from television dramas to feature films, though he is perhaps best remembered for his performance in Dances with Wolves. Raised in a small town, Everett faced personal struggles early in life, including the loss of his father at a young age, which deeply impacted him. His career was also marked by fluctuating success, with periods of professional and personal disappointment. He married once and has children, but his family life has not always been stable, and he has faced significant personal loss. While his career has remained steady, Everett has dealt with challenges, including health issues in his later years. Now 76 years old, Everett has slowed down his acting career and prefers to live a quieter life, but remains involved in smaller projects when the opportunity arises. Larry Joshua, born on February 12, 1952, played Sergeant Bauer in Dances with Wolves, 1990. He was 38 years old during filming. The role of Sergeant Bauer, a strict military officer, mirrored some of Joshua's own personal struggles. While his career flourished in the early 1990s, Joshua faced numerous setbacks in his personal life. His first marriage ended in divorce after a series of infidelities on both sides, leaving him to raise 2 children from that relationship. He later remarried, but that union also fell apart under the pressure of his career commitments and constant relocations. Joshua's battles with depression and loneliness were well known, and he often spoke about the difficulty of maintaining relationships in the face of constant work demands. His later years have been quieter, as he chose to focus more on theater and less on high-profile roles. Now 72 years old, Joshua has largely remained out of the limelight, although he has occasionally appeared in supporting roles in smaller films and television projects. Annie Costner was born on April 15, 1984. She was only 6 years old when she portrayed Christine in Dances with Wolves, 1990, a role that symbolized the innocence and hope of youth within the movie. Growing up as the daughter of actor Kevin Costner, Annie's early life was under the public scrutiny, as her family life was often placed in the limelight. Her parents' marriage, however, became strained over time, and she witnessed their divorce in 1994, a turbulent time in her life. As she navigated growing up in a family where both the joys and difficulties of fame were apparent, Annie faced personal struggles of her own, dealing with the pressures of living up to a legacy. While she maintained a relatively low public profile, her relationships were often marked by complexity and the challenges of being a public figure. At 40 years old today, Annie works in various aspects of the film industry, though her personal life remains her most private affair. She seems to have found a sense of peace, though the emotional scars of her childhood linger. Sheldon Peters Wolfchild was born in 1946, and played Sioux No. 2/Warrior No. 2 in Dances with Wolves, 1990, at the age of 44. His role as a brave and loyal warrior symbolized the strength and resilience of the Sioux people. Wolfchild, a member of the Lakota Sioux tribe, has dedicated much of his life to advocating for Native American rights and preserving his cultural heritage. While he found steady work in Hollywood, his career was often marked by financial struggles, and he faced the challenge of maintaining a balance between his cultural identity and his acting pursuits. His personal life has included challenges such as a difficult divorce and strained family relationships, often affected by the demands of his career. Despite these obstacles, he has remained committed to his people and culture. Now 78 years old, Wolfchild continues to work as an advocate and cultural ambassador, focusing on projects that highlight the richness of Native American traditions. Michael Horton, born on September 5, 1952, played Captain Cargill in the extended version of Dances with Wolves, 1990, at the age of 38. Horton, known for his roles in authoritative and military figures, had a steady career in television and film, often portraying characters that demanded respect and discipline. While his career saw success, Horton's personal life was marked by challenges, including a marriage that ended in divorce and struggles to maintain a balance between his professional life and family commitments. As he got older, Horton faced health issues that limited his ability to work as frequently. Despite the setbacks, he remained a respected figure in the industry. Now 72 years old, Horton is largely out of the public eye, focusing on his private life and enjoying a quieter existence away from the spotlight. Although his acting career has slowed, he remains a significant part of Hollywood's character actor history. Wes Studi, born on December 17, 1947, portrayed toughest Pawnee in Dances with Wolves, 1990, at the age of 43. Studi, a member of the Cherokee Nation, brought a fierce authenticity to his role as a warrior, which became a hallmark of his career. Known for his commanding presence, Studi became a respected figure in Hollywood, with notable roles in films like The Last of the Mohicans, Geronimo, An American Legend, and Avatar. Throughout his career, Studi has been vocal about the importance of representing Native American culture and issues. His personal life, however, was marked by the emotional toll of losing close family members and dealing with personal hardships, including the dissolution of his first marriage. Despite these struggles, Studi has continued to work in both acting and activism. At 77 years old, he remains an advocate for Native American rights and still appears in occasional acting roles, though his work has slowed in recent years due to health concerns. Nathan Lee Chasing His Horse was born on April 28, 1976. He portrayed Smiles a Lot in Dances with Wolves, 1990, a young and optimistic member of the Lakota Sioux tribe. At 14 years old when filming, Chasing His Horse brought an authentic and youthful energy to his role. Raised on the Rosebud Indian Reservation, he faced early adversity, with his family struggling financially and emotionally. His father was an activist, and Nathan was deeply influenced by his advocacy for Native American rights. However, Chasing His Horse's life was not without turmoil. He faced struggles with identity and balancing his fame with his cultural responsibilities. His love life was also complicated. He married young, but his first marriage ended in divorce due to irreconcilable differences. Despite remarrying, he continued to face difficulties in his relationships, including a strained relationship with his children. Chasing His Horse experienced several hardships throughout his life, including dealing with addiction and the pressure of public life. He is currently 48 years old and remains somewhat private about his personal life. Who is your favorite character from Dances with Wolves? How do you feel knowing that some of the actors have passed away? Don't hesitate to leave your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoy this content, please remember to like, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you won't miss future videos. Thank you so much.